Okay, so it's recording and I already look so bad in my first video. What's the channel's name? I don't know yet. Something. Anyways, just wanted to mention my background first. It's so simple and basic. It's my room and it's not so professional, if that makes sense. Basically, I don't have any other backgrounds, so I'm just going to do it here. And I'm going to do a makeover today in my first video. It's nothing like I'm going to teach anything. You guys know makeup. I'm not here to teach anything. It's just a simple get ready with me. So let's get right into the video. So first I'm taking my toner, which is by Simple, and putting it on a cotton.
Through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
So after toning my face, I'm going to use a moisturizer, which is again by Simple. It's the Simple Light Hydrating Moisturizer, and I'm going to take one fingerful drop of it and applying it on my full face. After moisturizing my face, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and again applying it on my full face. And I do apply the toner, moisturizer, primer on my eyelids and lips as well, because
So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight.
After priming my face, I'm going to color correct, which I basically don't, because I just feel like I don't need them. But today I'm going to do it because I don't want to skip anything. So I'm using the Elegance Pro Conceal, the orange corrector, and I'm just going to apply it around my mouth areas, where I have a slight pigmentation, a really slight pigmentation. So I'm just going to use it here a little bit. And right here, if you can see, I have a slight pigmentation there too, as I wear glasses. And I'm just using a damp beauty blender to blend it.
Moving on to foundation, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Golden Beige. It's my correct shade. Just shaking it a little bit. And I do take foundation on my fingertips and apply it all over my face, because I just think it doesn't waste much product. And I do apply foundation, a little bit of foundation on my eyelids as well, and on my lips as well, because I just think that if you apply foundation, a little bit of foundation on your lips, it just, after you apply lipstick, it just pops out the lipstick color really nicely.
All because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies. Only you can make me move.
After finishing my foundation, I'm going to conceal under my eyes only. I just conceal under my eyes and where I think it's necessary. So I'm using the Elegance Pro Conceal, the yellow corrector, and just
Can make me.
I'm going to use a different concealer for my eyelids and priming my eyes as well. It's the the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C2.5. Here's the thing, you don't apply yellow correctors on your eyelids. It doesn't go with your eyelids. You should always apply a concealer which is more lighter and whitish, so that it just goes perfectly.
The skies, all because of you. Dripping lights, paint the sky.
Now I'm going to set my eyelids and under eyes with the loose powder. It's the W7 banana loose powder. The marks are all gone, but it's that one. I'm going to take a little bit of that loose powder and dapping it on my eyelids to set the eyelids where I have concealed. Set the concealer, yeah. I just couldn't find the right word. Yeah. I'm going to take more loose powder and just bake under my eyes, because for me, I think baking is necessary. It just sets your under eyes perfectly. I'm going to keep this bake under my eyes for a few minutes. Till then, I'm going to set my whole face with a compact powder. This is the Alex Avian compact powder, Alex Avian terracotta powder, and I'm going to take a brush, a fluffy brush, and just taking the powder, dusting off the excess, and just setting my whole face, and keeping the while keeping the bake under my eyes and slowly set my whole face. I'm still going to keep the bake under my eyes because now I'm going to use eyeshadows on my eyelids and there might be some fallout. That's why I'm keeping my bake under my eyes. I'm using the Nude Dude palette by SFR Color and taking a fluffy blending brush like this. And which shade am I going to use? Let me see. Flawless, yeah. So I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Flawless. And using this as my base, as my transition shade, dusting it off and using it on my crease. After that transition shade, which looks not much different, now I'm going to take the shade called Flirty, and I'm going to dust it off, taking it a little bit and dusting it off, and using it on my crease again just to darken up the crease a bit more, yeah. I'm going to switch to another palette for some darker colors. So I'm going to take another palette and using which shade should I use? The purplish shade right here, because right now I'm wearing purple, if you can see or not, I don't know. Anyways, just taking a purple shade a little bit and dusting it off and using it on my crease and slightly on the outer corner of my eye. Taking an angled brush like this, I'm going to move to my previous palette and I'm going to take this shade right here, it's called Friendly, and dusting it off. And just applying it on the outer corner of my eye and blending it with the crease shade, this transition shade, yeah. Now I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush again like this and using the same transition shades I've used on my crease, the Flawless and Flirty, mixing that together and dusting it off, I'm going to blend my crease with the outer corner. Okay, so now I'm going to use a shimmery shade on my eyelids. And it's called, and I'll be applying it with my fingertip just because I think that using your fingertip for a shimmer shade is just pops out the color really nicely. Yeah, so I'm using the shade, let me see, which should I use? I'm going to mix these two shades right here. It's called the Firm and Faithful, yeah. Just taking the two shades and just applying it on my lids, just to add some dewiness and glow. Yeah. Taking that fluffy blending brush again, I'm going to blend everything all together with the shimmery shade and the transition shade, the outer corner shade, everything together, just to make it look nicer. Yeah.
Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight.
Now that I'm done with my eye makeup, I'm going to blend the bake under my eyes. Here's the thing, I don't dust it off. I don't dust off the bake under my eyes. I just blend it because
Paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights, paint the skies, only you.
Okay, now I'm going to take another brush like this, and I'm going to use the shades I've used as my transition, Flawless and Flirty, dusting it off, mixing it together, and using it on my lower lash line. Okay, so now I'm completely done with my eyeshadows. Now I'm moving on to a winged eyeliner. I'm really bad at this. Not so good at winged eyeliner, but anyways, I'm using the W7 liquid eyeliner, and I'll try to make a wing on cam. For this,
Yeah, I'll surrender it. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
here's I've done one wing, and I always shape my wing half to here. I don't drag it to the inner corner of my eye because I think that the half winged eyeliner suits my hooded eyes. It's just I just feel better, and I just look better with a half wing. I think that I look better. Okay, I'm done with my wings, and it's not the best I've done, but yeah, it's a wing. Anyways, so now I'm going to curl my lashes. I'm going to use the mascara. It's by Wet n Wild Lash Renegade Mascara, and I do use just drugstore makeup products basically because it's affordable, and I'm a student, I don't earn. So yeah, right now I've all the products I've used are drugstore makeup, not high-end. Yeah, and most of them were Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild is my favorite drugstore makeup. Yeah. So I'm going to I've applied mascara on my lower lashes as well, and I'm going to use the Golden Rose Nude Pencil, and I'll be applying it on my waterline and try not to cry. Oh my god, it's so hard.
Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight.
Okay, so eyes are completely done. Time for the brows, and I don't do any kind of brows. Like, I don't draw my brows that harshly and that snatched eyebrow. I don't do that because I think my brows are maybe perfect. I think that it's perfect. It's not thick, it's not thin, just perfect to me. And I don't like fake eyebrows. It just changes the whole face, whole structure of my face. That's why I don't do that. I'm just going to brush my brows a little bit and nothing more. I don't use any kind of brow gel or brow pencil or brow pomade, whatever. I'm just going to brush it. These are all done. Now I'm going to move to contouring. Basically bronzing because I don't like very harsh contour. So I'm going to use the W7, the bronzer, and taking it a little bit on a fluffy brush and dusting it off. I do use a fluffy brush because, as I said, I don't like very harsh contour or bronzed face. I just like to keep it natural. And I'm going to start my bronzing from here
usually where people apply highlighter on the highest points of your cheeks, but I start my bronzer from there because I have a big bronze face and I have what should I say, fat hair. That's like, anyways, yeah. And I drag my bronzer to my cheeks right here, like this, to top of my cheeks.
Dripping lights paint the sky. Only you can make me move.
Taking an angled brush like this, a little angled brush, I'm going to slightly bronze my nose using the same bronzer, dusting it off, and a very simple slight bronzing my nose because as I said, I don't like harsh contouring or bronzing. But I'm going to do cheek curving. Wow, that's some weird combination. Moving on to blush, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild blush in the shade Mellow Wine. I'm going to use a fluffy powder brush because just to blend it a little better. So I'm going to take some of the blush and dusting it off and mixing it with my bronzer right here on the apples of my cheek, and mixing as well mixing it with my bronzer. Yeah. Moving on to highlighter, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade Blossom Glow, and I don't use a fan brush to highlight. I use a fluffy brush, a little fluffy brush, because I just think that I should blend everything seamlessly. On my nose as well, and on the bridge of my nose, and I don't put highlighter on the middle of my nose. I just put it on the top and on the tip of my nose. I keep a blank space right in the middle of my nose. I think that's how you should put highlighter, and not all over your nose. It should be just half-half. I just think that it makes the look better. Yeah. So yeah, and here. And I do put highlighter, the leftover highlighter on the brush on my forehead as well, right here. And not to skip the Cupid's bow, I like to put highlighter on my Cupid's bow. Taking a little brush like this, I'm going to take the same highlighter and put it on the inner corner of my eyes a little bit, and the leftover on my brow bones. Okay, eyes are done, face is done. So now moving on to the lipstick. I don't line my lips, I don't use any kind of lip liner. I just line my lips with the lipstick. So the lipstick I'm using is the Jordana Sweet Cream Matte Lipstick in the shade Tiramisu. So, not the least, making sure that my makeup stays all day and night, I'm going to use a setting spray by Absolute New York. This is the Absolute New York Matte Makeup Setting Spray, and using it all over, spraying it all over my face.
Okay, so this is how I'm looking after my makeup. And I don't do anything to my hair. I don't do anything special to it. I just keep them like that and just brush it a little bit. I just basically focus on my face, and this is how I'm looking. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want, you can subscribe to my channel. I just did a quick chit chat, get ready with me for my first video, and I know I'm not looking the best. I'm not a professional at makeup, and I'm not good looking as well, but still, it was just my first video. So bye.
so long.
Testify with you.
I met you in the